Corbin, first of all, congratulations to you and Josh. And can you tell us where you stood on coming out at 115 pitches? Did you want to keep pitching?
I think anyone would want to keep pitching in that situation. I had to fight pretty hard to go out for the eighth. So I think after the eighth, that was a pretty easy one for counts. Obviously the thought is to keep everything healthy and make sure we're healthy for September, the end of September into the postseason. So I think pushing the pitch count there probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I had to fight to get out there for the eighth, but I knew I had no shot for the ninth.
Corbin, you feel good, obviously, with Josh on the mound for the ninth, but how tough was that for you? How nerve-wracking was that for you having to watch that play out?
No, not bad at all. I think if there's anyone in the game that you'd want to come behind you to complete a no-hitter, it would be Josh Hader. So there was no nerves there or anything. It was more like a done deal.
How did you feel physically there at the end? Was it starting to get a little gassed? Was it starting to run down a tad?
No, it felt great. I think I felt better there in the seventh and the eighth than I probably did, in the middle innings.
Corbin, it's been such a historically great year for you. The walk strikeout thing at the start, and then those 10 Ks in Chicago. Does this just go into the basket of a pretty good season of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've done a lot of impressive things as a team as a whole. And it feels like we're playing our best baseball as we come into the middle of September here. I think we're only getting better. We've got a few guys banged up right now that we'll get some extra days and be even better come postseason. So it's an exciting time in the organization for sure. I know we're all fired up in there, and we're excited to play every day, and we don't feel like there's any game that we can't win.
Corbin, did you have a sense pretty early this could be a good one for you, and you struck out 4 of the first 5 batters? Did you kind of feel like this could be a special night for you?
Yeah, stuff was good. We were getting some ugly swings early on. I didn't think it was going to be a no-hitter type night. I knew that we threw a lot of pitches early on. There was a couple of long ABs, a couple of 3-ball counts. The walk didn't help. I definitely didn't think it was that type of night, but I knew I was spinning the ball good, and it was going to be out there for a while.
Regarding the walk, I'm sure at that point what's at stake. What was kind of going through your mind, that at bat, and then when you get the ball 4?
Yeah, obviously not too happy that I walked the guy. There's really no good time to walk a hitter, especially to lead off an inning. So made myself work a little bit there. But I pride myself in trying to limit free passes and making guys earn it. So only having 1 walk over 8 innings is obviously good. But definitely like to have that one back.
Corbin, you've seen enough of Lorenzo to know how good a center fielder he is. Where does that play rank for you in terms of I guess importance, or how big did you view that catch that he made there in the 7th?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, in the scope of the game, that was, that's they say every game there's a play. That was definitely the play. But we've seen what Lowe can do, robbing homers, and like it's nothing. Him and Jackie out there, paired together, unbelievable. So when that ball came off the bat, I thought there was a chance it was going to get down, but then I saw Locaine had a beat on it. I knew that he had it.
Corbin, just kind of set the scene for us afterward. What did you go say anything to Josh, or just what was said? It looked like a little bit of a subdued celebration on the field.
No, we were excited. I wanted to make sure I went straight to him and congratulate him. Not too many relievers get to be part of a no-hitter like that and to close it out. So obviously he's having a very special season once again. He's obviously one of my friends on the team, but one of my best friends off the team. So to share that with him was obviously special for the both of us. And the first thing I want to do is make sure to congratulate him. And then I had already said my thanks to Omar for calling a good game. So then he was the next guy to go to congratulate him on calling a no-hitter.
Anybody else for Corbin?
Corbin, it had been since 1987 since Juan Davis. Will it be good now to like update that page in the record book, the Brewers record book? That's been 34 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna be upset about putting a no hitter in the books.
All right, thanks, Corbin.
Yep.
I got Todd over here, Todd and Tom, T.
All right, we'll take questions for Lo or Omar.
Ball head.
At least
All
we're
right.
in good, at least we're in good company, Lo. Good company
Yeah.
on this, right? Hey, hey, Lo, that it's an old saying that every no hitter has have at least one defensive gem that keeps it intact, and you did it. How did that feel to make that catch? And did you think you could get it?
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, I understood the situation. So, I was definitely on my horse, ready to go. My mindset was to go out there and try to catch everything. And I forget who hit it, but he put a good swing on, and I was able to get to it and make a sliding catch. So, it's always a good feeling.
Oh, have you ever seen the highlight of when Robin Yount made that catch to clinch the no-hitter in 87 or no? It was a very similar type catch going into the gap in right center.
I have not seen the clip on that, but yeah, I mean, for a team to throw a no hitter, you need special plays, guys making plays throughout the entire game. You need a little bit of everything to go right. So I think that's what happened tonight, and like I said, it's been a lot of fun playing with these guys. So I've definitely been having a blast all season long.
Hey, Omar, I feel weird asking you if it looked like Corbin was special tonight, because he's been special so many nights this year. But where did this stuff rate?
Man, I said it with Sophie earlier. As soon as I got the first inning, I came to Manny to say his cord is moving like a slider at 97 today. So it was even hard to me to try to catch a ball and trying to frame it for a strike just because he got a lot of movement today.
Well, Josh Hader has said at times that this is the best team he's ever been on. I mean, you've know what it takes to get to a World Series. When you see a performance like this tonight, I mean, where does this rank, and how do you feel about this team with how you guys are playing in September?
Yeah, I mean, it ranks pretty high. You need pitching. I think you need pitching to go deep in the playoffs and hopefully win a World Series. I think we have that. So I say as a hitter, we're just trying to go to be consistent, score as many runs as possible. But our entire pitching staff has done a great job all season long. That's why it's so much fun to back them up and make plays behind them, because we know how special they are. So tonight was another special night for Corbin. The guy's absolutely filthy. So you don't mind going out there and making plays for him, because he's giving it his all out there.
Omar, what kind of reaction were you hearing from Cleveland's batters as they were walking away from the plate? They had to be flummoxed.
I mean, I was honestly locked in trying to call the game and read whatever the hitter was doing through the at-bat. So, as Corbin was throwing a lot of strikes and mixing everything for a strike and put people away when, the times called the game to, get people away is what we was trying to do the whole game today. Trying to get Corbin deep in the game and throw as many strikes as possible. So give the offense a shot to try to win the ball game.
Yes, for Lorenzo or Omar.
Omar, the pitching's been so great for the Brewers all year. Maybe it was just destined to be a no-hitter eventually this year, huh?
Well, I honestly haven't think about it. It's just we all trying to do the job and call the situation and give the team a better shot to win the ball game. I mean, I think the whole team is locked in, trying to win a lot of games and have fun together.
We're just talking to Corbin. He said he had to fight pretty hard to go out for the eighth, and I'm guessing you must have been a little nervous even at that point about his pitch count, huh?
I wasn't nervous about his pitch count in the eighth, but I thought to finish the game we were going to have to probably go to a place that I wasn't comfortable going. but I'm not going out there for the eighth. That wasn't, that he was well within a good range to me, and the way he was throwing the ball and kind of how all the innings had went. I thought he was in fine position to do that. And I thought there was a chance that if the eighth went, if he had a couple aggressive hitters, and if the eighth went really quickly, that maybe there's a shot. But it was just at a point where I think we just had to put a bigger picture in our head a little bit about what's going on here. I think maybe in a different season that something different happens there. But we have to understand what's going to happen for the next 6 weeks here and keep that in mind.
Craig, we know how competitive and intense Corbin is. So what was that conversation like? Was he understanding in that moment?
I mean, I think he felt good, and he obviously was throwing the ball incredibly well. I mean, it was a masterpiece. I think it was a good conversation. He did. He's adamant about going out there for the eighth inning, and I had completely understood that. I think, from my perspective, he's got a lot of innings ahead of him still this year, a lot of really important innings ahead of him this year, and I want to make sure that he's in the best possible position for those innings. So I think, he wanted to go out there for sure, but I think he also understood.
Sorry. Those of us who grew up in the area have seen that play a million times with Robin Yount diving for the ball in the outfield. And that, obviously the inning was different, but did you see some similarities there with Locane's catch?
Yeah, when you just say it brings up memories for sure. But remarkably similar. Pretty incredible, actually.
Craig, maybe we shouldn't be surprised that Corbin did this, right? I mean, you look at his season, his body of work's incredible. He set a couple of incredible records. He's now one of the few Brewers pitcher ever to go to 200. He's going to push for the most strikeouts in franchise history. I mean, this is some kind of year he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, this is bigger. He's having a season that's bigger than just Brewer records. He's having a season that's historical in Major League Baseball. So I think that some of his statistics are historical in baseball. The walks to the strikeouts is absolutely incredible. The way he started the season with no walks. So he's having a special season. It's a special year, and tonight was a highlight of it for sure. But this is a pitcher having an incredibly special season.
Not to be lost in any of this, but Hader kind of had it's the dual pressure of the save and the no-hitter simultaneously, which is a first even for him. How about the way he finished that one off?
Yeah, I talked to Josh about it. I asked him if it felt any different than a normal night, and he said it absolutely felt different. I think there was there's just a little more there, but that's always a good thing. I think it's hard to throw something at Josh that he hasn't experienced, and I think it's good to feel things like that for someone like Josh. So he handled it remarkably well, as he always does, and we're lucky to have. That was part of it for me, frankly, is that. You're not knowing you're putting Josh Hader in that to finish it is part of it. A Burns and Hader no hitter for the Brewers is two names that deserve to be in a no hitter. I don't want to. They do for what they've done for this organization, and I think Josh's name associated with is appropriate.
Craig, you talked about Corbin, in the year he's had, but when you look at with Brandon and also Freddie, did you think a no-hitter maybe, was inevitable at this point for one of those three with the way those guys have all been pitching this year?
I did. I spent a lot of time standing next to Jason Lane in the dugout with the defensive stuff. And we've talked about it all year. We've talked about it early in April. We talked about it when we had a bunch of, one-hit games. That first hit is always something a little different, but you expected it to happen at some point. And then all the no-hitters that happened in baseball this year, you did expect it to happen at some point. I've told Jason a number of times it's going to happen. It's going to happen for us with one of these guys. They're so good that it's going to happen for one of them.
How's Tellez feeling?
He re-aggravated the knee that's bothered him from time to time this year. So we are going to get an MRI in the morning, and we'll go from there.
Hey Josh, as great as the starting pitching's been this year, I don't think you're going to be totally stunned. You got a chance to finish off something special, can you, or were you?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting him to go out in the ninth. That's what we all hoped for. I mean, for the masterpiece he was putting together through 8 innings, you almost think you want to finish it as a pitcher and a competitor that he is. But it was special. It was an honor that I was able to finish it out and be a part of history. I mean, because watching those 8 innings, it was incredible.
Josh, you've been in some pretty high pressure situations throughout your career as a closer. Where does that rank when you need to close out a no-hitter?
I would say probably top 1. I was nervous. I was nervous as heck. They said you're in the game. I mean, you don't want to be the guy that gives up a hit in that situation, especially after 8 innings of clean baseball. So, and we ended up doing it.
Hey, Josh, have you ever been that nervous coming into a game as the closer?
No, probably not. It was probably definitely the first time I was like to a nervous don't mess up.
Josh, you and Corbin are such good friends off the field. And you've seen him go through so much of all the work he's put in since 19. For him to put this kind of game together, just how proud are you of him as a teammate and as a friend?
Oh, I'm incredibly proud. That's one of the things just since he got called up, obviously going through the tough struggles, but for him to, just turn it around and just figure himself out as a player, and to just continue to not get down on himself and continue to work hard. I mean, that was one of the biggest things is, that this game's hard enough. And, for him to just completely flip the script and, be as dominant as he is, because he was always dominant, but once he added that cutter and just add that to the mix, it was lights out. So, incredibly proud of him, all the hard work he's put in, and it's paying off. I mean, you can see it right here.
Josh, you exchanged a big hug with Corbin as he came out of the dugout there, and I know you guys have a pretty good relationship. What was that moment like for you?
Special. I think it just in general, just how hard this game is. Like I said, like the way his journey's been, to see him just continue to crush it and do something incredibly special, and for me to be a part of it, I mean, it's a complete honor.
Hey Josh, I don't know if you've ever come across Juan Nieves in any way at a Brewers alumni or whatever, but he's been sitting on the only no-hitter since 1987. What does it feel like to add a second one?
Like I said, it's an honor for me to be a part of this, to watch Corbin, Omar, the whole team just do their thing. I mean, there was a lot of big plays in this game that saved it. So, this, like I said before, this team's incredible. It's incredible to be a part of. And it's truly special. You never know what you're going to get each and every day from these guys.
Josh, I asked Counts this a little while ago, but from your perspective, when you look at Corbin, you look at Woody, you look at Freddie, are you surprised it took this long for a no-hitter this season? Counts said he was talking about it in April already.
Yeah, I mean, you got the horses, man. I mean, you see how these guys go about it. You knew that somebody was going to do it eventually. Day in and day out, every time these guys are on the mound, you know what you're going to get. And today we got it. We got the the no hitter. So, you know, it's just, like I said, it's just incredible.
Anybody else for Josh?
Josh, do you get the feeling that maybe more special things are to come, that this is like just writing one more chapter in what's becoming a special year?
Absolutely. I think, like I said, I think this team is nothing like I've ever been on before, man. Like, the way that the vibes are, the way this team plays the game, the way we pick up each other, it's truly special. And you can just feel it in the air. And so, you know, obviously where we're at right now, we're in a really, really good spot. So, and the thing is, we attack each day, you know, as it's a new one, and continue to, you know, work hard. So, you know, it's going to be fun to finish up this September and see where we go from there.